Welcome back. Oh, I forgot it was an ASMR podcast for a second.
Yes, we're an ASMR comedy horror podcast
Called Silent Screaming
Resurrected. Oh, that was good.
Wow.
We weren't
we're
even looking at each other.
So in sync today.
Oh, God. Bye, bye, bye.
I am your host, Patrick Hill.
And I'm also your host, Jordan Gradell.
No, I'm the only host. I'm kidding. No, we're co-hosts. We're two best friends who record a podcast.
Yes, we do.
If you're joining us for the first time, that's a weird place to start, but we're happy to have you.
Yay.
Welcome to 2024. This is our first recording of the new year, which is crazy. 2024 does not sound like a real time.
No.
I'm just, you know.
And I've just not been having, like, I've not been having a good year so far. I got sick immediately. I'm still recovering. So hopefully this is not foreshadowing of what the rest of this year is going to look like for me.
And I'm going to open a drink. Jordan is on a juice cleanse because she's starting off the year strong. Because I
hate myself.
I'm not doing dry January because that's dumb. And I think that the new year should actually start in spring because that's what makes sense. Why would we have to have a new year and all these expectations when it's cold and we're depressed?
Because flowers are coming back and blooming. They're new. So he is drinking a beer, and this is some ASMR on my...
Well, this is technically a canned cocktail, malt beverage. It's a Long Island peach tea from STB Beverages. I don't know if that's local.
That sounds really good. It looks like a local can.
It looks like a local can.
It does. Like, it looks like it was made recently in someone's backyard.
We always try to match whatever movie we're talking about with the alcohol we drink, but, well, to be honest, we're talking about The Exorcist today, and the only thing I could think of was, like, I don't know, something green colored for, like, vomit.
The vomit?
Even though there wasn't really any vomit.
Well, my juice cleanse, a lot of them are green. This one in particular that I'm drinking is like an orange color. And it has jicama, turmeric, ginger, carrot, apple, and lime.
Wow, healthy.
Okay, some ASMR. Oh, I have another really good ASMR sound as my cough drops. Listen to this.
Crinkles. I don't have headphones on, so I don't know.
And if you don't like that, here's the wrapper. Oh, that's good.
That's some good ASMR shit.
Okay, and then the last ASMR shit I'm going to do is I'm going to put the cough drop in my mouth. Get a little mini mukbang.
A little mukbang. Do you think anyone actually listens to our podcast for the ASMR?
That is so satisfying, and I don't care if that makes me weird.
I did want to clear the air for any ASMR people who stumble upon our podcast. If we seem like we're making fun of ASMR, we are, but also we do love ASMR.
We're making fun of ourselves doing ASMR because we are not ASMR artists.
ASMR artists. Yeah, the way that we both independently, I think, just started listening to ASMR.
No, don't claim that. I introduced you to it.
Did you?
I did. I love a good,
Let
me just spin that right there. Let me just... Oh my gosh, I just want to go watch ASMR now.
We're just going to take that in right there, and we're just going to, it's a little snug right now on you, but we'll fix it. Yeah, it's just really nice.
It's good. It's good.
But, on the topic of 2024, the new year, we did post on our Instagrams, I just sounded like I was 800 years old, our like tops for the movie, our tops for the year. Our top fives were almost identical.
Yeah.
I honestly think the ones that I put that you didn't have were just ones that you hadn't seen yet.
Fair.
So maybe they would be. The Blackening is a really good horror comedy. And then... Thanksgiving.
Oh, God. You scared me.
Thanksgiving. Did you ever see that?
No, because I'm waiting for where I don't have to buy it.
Oh, is it still
It's like $20 to see it.
I was home and I told my parents, I was like, hey, I'm going to rent this. And they're like, okay. I was like, also it's $20. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
And they were like, wait, what? You're going to rent a horror movie that we're not going to watch for $20? Well,
yeah, because I know that every single time I go and I buy the $20 or rent it for $20, a week or two later it's out for free, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm just gonna wait.
But I think our top twos were the same. Evil Dead Rise came in at number 2 for both of us. I really wanted Evil Dead Rise to be my favorite movie of the year.
Yeah.
Just because I really love, I don't know why I'm like, I think it's the homosexuality. I'm really into like mommy horror, like a mom like doing some crazy shit is always really fun to me. I don't know what that says about me. My mom is not crazy. She's very normal and we get along very well. But it was really fun. But Talk to Me Man, that fucking movie. It was... I don't want to overhype it because I hate when a TikToker or an influencer, because we're influencers, will say something that was like just so incredible, and then you watch it and you're like,
no, but it was though.
It was really incredible. It was completely deserving of the hype and the accolades. It's gotten really good Rotten Tomato scores, IMDb scores, everything. Pretty universally beloved. The only negative things I've seen are people being like, tell me why people are saying this is scary. And like, I wouldn't say I was like scared to death.
Okay, but that's kind of my thing with all horror movies though. Scary does not mean good and good does not mean it's scary.
Right.
So like, I can't remember the last time I actually watched a horror movie and I was like actually, oh my God, I'm so scared right now. Because I think we watch enough where we're like, okay, like this is obviously a film. This is like a work of art, right?
Yeah.
So
at this point, I'm like not even chasing that anymore because I can't find it. I'm more chasing disturbed, unsettled because those are like the emotions
visuals, the acting, originality of the plot. You know, all of that combined, I think makes, in my opinion, a good horror movie. Not necessarily the scare factor. Just because I think we're just also desensitized to what that is. So I
would love if you have any advice for like some therapy that will make me scared of horror again. Though if that requires me stopping to watch, I can't do that. I'm sorry. I really do enjoy watching them.
Yeah, I think for me, like haunted houses are more scary to me because it's real and it's in front of me versus watching it on a screen.
Right.
So I think, like, for example, they had the Exorcist Believer as a haunted house at Halloween Horror Nights at Universal Studios this
Hollywood
year.
Horror Nights.
And I think that would have scared me. But as we'll soon find out or soon talk about, you know, my thoughts on the movie, it's a little different.
I have lots of thoughts.
I don't think that 2023 was a strong year for horror. No. Just in general. Like, looking back, trying to recap what my top 5 were.
Hard.
I was like, this is all we have to choose from. I mean, like, I think that
it was hard and easy. Easy because, like, there were 5 basically that I, like, enjoyed.
Yeah. Well, even, like, my top 5, I wouldn't say are, like that great.
Yeah, When Evil Lurks was up there because I think it was a quality film, but like I don't think it was as good as it was hyped.
2022, we had a lot of strong ones.
Did we?
I mean, Barbarian sticks out to me.
That's right, I forgot about Barbarian.
I don't know. Like I think Barbarian. Yeah. See, I can't get on board with the.
Oh, you didn't like X.
X or Maxine or any of those.
I love those. I'm so excited for Maxine.
I love Mia Goth. I just think that everything that she's been in, I'm just not a fan of like that style of film because I felt the same way about Infinity Pool.
I still haven't watched that.
I thought it was awful, but I also know people that thought it was amazing. So it's just not my like cup of tea. But that's fine, and that's fine.
It's okay for things to not be your cup of tea. I really think Talk to Me could have been the top of 2022. I think it was better than Barbarian.
You do? Interesting.
I think so.
Okay.
I think it was better than Barbarian. Honestly, I just struggle with I love the horror genre, but I struggle with like thinking about the ones that I think are like really good movies.
2023 was boring.
2023 fucking sucked. I'm gonna be honest. I had some really great times. We had good times recording. We honestly didn't hang out enough outside of recording, so that's gonna have to change this fucking year.
I don't even think I hung out with anybody.
Boo. Well,
I literally just like go to work, go home.
I'm about to annoy the shit out of you. That's my goal for 2024.
Oh, perfect.
Is to annoy Jordan with my presence.
Great. The bar is very low for 2024.
That's true. I'm not going into it with high expectations because I think speaking of, you know, The Exorcist Believer, the sequel comes out in 2024. So
I'm a believer.
And that's called Exorcist Deceiver because we are bad at making titles, apparently.
Yeah, what else rhymes with believer?
It's like someone watched Shrek and was like,
Peck.
Oh, you just sang the song.
Oh, I thought we were just rhyming.
I'm sorry that all of our little ad clips end up leaning towards Maybe.
Yeah, I know. I'm used to it.
It's because
It's okay. It's okay. I know I'm funny.
It's because what I do when I edit is if it makes me laugh, that's what it is.
You're like, oh, it's going in.
But like, you guys start being meaner to me in the podcast, so then maybe we'll find.
You know what? Challenge accepted. 2024 resolution. Be mean to Patrick.
Yeah, I made my friends.
Shut up. Is that good?
That was me.
Oh, was he?
We want to take a little short break before we talk about The Exorcist. When I saw her face.
No, I'm a believer. Are you a believer?
In this movie? No.
But are you a believer?
Also, no.
Baby, baby, baby. Oh. All right. We'll see you in a little bit.
We'll be right back.
We'll miss you.
And we're back.
We're back.
Well, today we're going to talk about the 2023 film
that swept the nation by storm.
From the director of Pineapple Express.
Your favorite.
David Gordon Green.
He needs to stop it.
The Exorcist Believer.
He needs to stop it. Is he directing the next one?
I don't know if he's slated to. Let's see.
If he is, I don't
think it's going to be good.
Yeah.
Director.
I think he should just stick to comedies. Exorcist Believer.
What are your initial thoughts?
Okay, so my initial thoughts. The first maybe like 30 minutes of the movie, maybe even the first hour, I was like, okay, like it's not that bad. Like I knew it was gonna be like a slower burn because like all the other Exorcist movies, like it slowly becomes worse and worse, right, over time. It's like becoming more powerful. So I was anticipating the slow burn, and I was like, okay. The acting, I was like, I can even forgive the acting because I was building suspense for me, and I was looking forward to what it was building to.
The kid acting was good.
There were moments where I was like, okay, but to be totally fair, they did better than I could have done or most children, really. But there were just some scenes, and maybe it necessarily wasn't the acting, it was the writing that was throwing me off. But, yeah, I was like, okay. And honestly, I actually really liked the scene where she's in the church. And she's like, the body and the blood. I don't like the cheesy lines. So maybe it was more of the writing. I don't like the cheesy lines, but I like the idea of like this seemingly innocent little girl who just got rescued after being... that just got rescued after being missing for however long. And she's sitting there and she's fragile and like everyone's like, oh, poor thing. And then she goes missing and then she comes out and she's just like, her eyes are red. Like that to me is creepy. And I liked that. What made it less creepy is her screaming, the body on the blood, the body on the blood. I was like, okay, girl, like you can chill. But so I liked the ideas and like parts of a lot of the movie. And then once they were fully like taken over by the devil, then it was more of those like reciting those biblical lines, and it just felt like cheesy and
they didn't even really do the biblical lines. They just said the whole like, your mother sucks lollipops in hell.
Yeah,
kind of shit.
yeah. Like it's just cheesy, and I liked the idea of the movie and like the overall concept. Because like, what's scarier than one possessed little girl? Two. Have you seen that? This is going off topic, but have you seen that CoverGirl commercial where she's like, "What's better than one CoverGirl?
Two CoverGirl."
See, okay, it exists, right? But when you try to YouTube it, you can't find it anywhere.
I think I've just heard that sound. I don't think I've ever actually like seen the video.
Oh.
I've heard it on like TikTok. Like, what's better than one CoverGirl?
Two CoverGirls. Well, it's the same thing, right? Like, what's better than one possessed child? Two possessed children. So that was I was disappointed. Obviously, like I didn't think it was scary. I thought it was kind of cheesy.
Yeah.
But it had so much potential.
Yes. Yeah, I agree with everything you just said. I also I really liked the setting at the beginning. I don't remember what country they were in at the beginning of the movie. I like that flashback to her being a baby. I liked that, like that, but after that, that was the only like character work that ever happened in the movie.
Yeah.
I think that, like you said, like the plot had so much potential and I think was good. Like on paper, like two girls, one of which whose mother died when she was in the womb, decide to have a seance so they can like talk to mom, and something goes wrong. They somehow talk to a demon. They both get possessed and chaos ensues. Like such good potential there. Mm-hmm. But the execution was not even just bad. Like it made me mad because I was like, I was literally by the end of the movie like angry. I was like, what? I was so glad I didn't spend money on it first off.
Yeah.
Like I was so glad it was free because like by the end I was like, what the fuck was that? Like so many things made me like viscerally angry. And I think it was just because
you're probably just being possessed.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was the demons. It was the demons. Well, I had a friend who was supposed to come over and watch it with me, and he was like, I don't do demon movies. And after watching it, I texted him and was like, you would have been fine. Because
you would have been fine.
Not a moment in that movie was I like, ooh, scary demon.
No.
Like it just felt so, I think I saw a review that said that phrased it really well. It was like so thin. It was like, there was no substance to it. It was like, one, the main character girl, like, I felt like I kind of knew who she was, but like not very much.
Right.
Like I kind of knew the dad, but not very much. The other family, knew nothing about them. Yeah. Like never had a moment where like I ever like cared about those characters. There was never a moment where I was like, wow, I really hope this girl doesn't die. Like as soon as they introduced the plot point where they were kind of spoiler alert here, they introduced the plot point where like maybe one girl only will survive and the other will succumb to the demon. I spent the whole movie being like, oh my God, I wonder who it's gonna be. Mm-hmm. Is it the girl that like we know is the main character, or the girl who like
we nothing
don't give
about?
Shit about? Because like that family, like the only interactions that we saw with them on screen with the main character and the dad, they were like hospital. They were like fucking rude. They were like mad at him for some reason. I mean, he did say like, what is your like what kind of stuff is your daughter into, so they like kind of got triggered, I guess. But just everything, I don't know, there was so little, it felt like there was so little care involved with creating it.
The stakes were not high as an audience.
Mm-hmm. And then poor fucking Ellen Burstyn, like the mom from the original Exorcist. Like first off, I read in the trivia that she only did it because they offered her the role, she said no, and then they doubled the salary and offered it to her again. And she said yes and donated, I think, the whole salary to like a charity.
Oh my gosh.
She's like a really good lady, but she only did it because of the money, because she was like not interested. She knew it wasn't going to be good, I'm sure.
Yeah.
And like the way that they treated her character in that movie, I think that's actually what made me start getting really angry. Because like that movie, like say what you want about the original Exorcist, like it was revolutionary for like horror. Yeah. Like we've talked about it on the podcast. Go back and listen to our episode about that. But like they did such a fucking disservice to her because one, she was like irrelevant. Like,
yes.
She encountered the demon and immediately got like brutally attacked by her and like disfigured. And one of the things that I read in a review was like she completely forgot everything that she like knew. Like there's 3 movies of her understanding how to like interact with the demon or how to stay away from the demons, and she like immediately was just like, I'm gonna go into this room alone with this demon with no weapons, nothing to protect myself, no holy water. I'm just gonna walk in as a little old feeble lady here and like not expect to get mauled. I just felt like that was so disrespectful. And then that fan service of having that moment with Reagan at the end, that tiny moment, like could not save that movie.
No.
It was just, and then on top of that, all of the like editing of the like actual possession scene when they were like showing all those flashes of stuff, it was just so bad. I couldn't tell what was happening.
No, yeah.
I like didn't care.
They just felt like they just like gave up. Like,
And I felt so bad for so many of those actors because like Ann Dowd is a great actress. Like the nurse who underutilized in the movie. Leslie Odom Jr. is a great actor. He's a Tony Award winning actor. Those are the only 2 besides, and then Norbert Leo Butz was the dad of the
other girl,
the Christian girl. He's also a great actor, but there was just no good script there.
I'm so sad about that.
There was just so much fucking
I'm so
potential.
disappointed.
I don't know why I just laughed. I completely forgot what I was laughing about after I stopped laughing. That's my ADHD in action.
Hello?
There.
What? Uh-oh.
Clearly my ADHD medication is already worn off. But what was I gonna fucking say? How do you forget what you're laughing about mid-laugh? Well, shit, there's my clip of being dumb.
Well, there we go. We got you one.
The like voiceovers of the demon were so bad, and like the kids' mouths almost didn't match up to it either. They like the lip syncing was bad.
Yeah, the lip singing was bad. Lip singing?
It kind of depends. I don't know what they do first. Do they have them say it and then dub over the audio? I would assume they just like say it themselves in their own voice and then they add in the demon voice in post.
Yeah.
Or are they like
Lip
speaking along with the
singing,
demon? Regardless, it was bad. Something about it was bad. All the editing, sorry to the editing team, bad. You probably didn't have a great material to work with, obviously, but still bad. Just like so many things. The only like redeeming aspects were, you're right, like the plot had potential, and I think there was like one or two little good moments.
Yeah.
Also, the one plot point that I didn't like, because I feel like it was a shitty attempt, was the whole thing of them being like, it's going to take all of the religions to fix this. And then they said, so let's bring in a Catholic priest, a Protestant pastor, and a Yoruban woman who I looked it up, and that religion is a combination of like mysticism and Christianity. So they were all Christianity.
Yeah, oof.
So
maybe she meant all the Christian religions.
I just wanted them to say it. Like I guess they were trying not to be like offensive with the movie, being like, oh, like if this demon is real, I guess Christianity is real. But like, come on, you can't say like, oh, it's gonna take all the world religions and then have 3 variations of Christianity. Now, not to like discredit like the Yoruban faith. I don't know a lot about it, and it seemed really like fascinating. I don't know if that's me like exoticizing it. It seemed very interesting. But I also call bullshit. I feel like any Protestant pastor would like protest a lot more than they did to like other like views of faith being used in that setting. Like I feel like the Protestant would be like, I think I should be the only one here the whole time. Yeah.
I think the priest would have done that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. I don't know. I just had so much hope.
I think like the best part about it was the trailer, because the trailer was actually scary. It had just like it didn't give us enough in the trailer for us to register that it was bad. It just gave us like really quick shots of things, and with the music overlap, like whoever did the trailer did a great job.
And outside the makeup department, fantastic, because I think makeup and casting, because I need to just look up her name so I don't keep misnaming her. The other little girl Angela was the main girl, and then it was, why don't they have them listed first? It's order of appearance. Catherine. When she has the Exorcist, not the Exorcist, the demon makeup look on, she looks just like Linda Blair to me.
Yes, I agree.
Like she looked just like Reagan. And I think Linda Blair came in and like consulted the 2 of the kids. I think I saw that in the trivia on how to like demon act. And I think you could see that. Like, I think there were moments where like they did a decent job with it. I really just think it was the script and the editing that was really bad. But one really sad fact to learn, I spent the whole time after I watched it being like, why would they make a 2 and 3 after this? Like, why would they keep going?
Yeah, why?
And then I read this and my eyes rolled back into my head.
Uh-oh.
Blumhouse Productions made the film in tandem with Universal Pictures and Peacock, who spent $400 million to secure the distribution rights. And on top of that, had to guarantee a trilogy. This means that even if Believer bombs at the box office, the next 2 films have to be made. Even though Believer was ultimately a critical and commercial disappointment, it still managed to raise $122 million globally on a $30 million budget. And the sequel is in the works. Oh, I thought it came out this year. It comes out in 2025.
Aw, boo. Maybe starts filming this
And
year.
guess who is slated to direct? The same
No!
director.
He needs to stop it.
He needs
to stop that.
Because he also did the Halloween reboot stuff too.
Yes, his horror stuff is not good.
He needs to stay far away. And speaking of that, in the trivia, did you see the quote from the original writer, or William Friedkin? I don't remember if I think he wrote and directed The Exorcist. The original Exorcist. He died right after, or 2 months before the movie was released.
Oh, thank God, because he would have died. If he didn't die before, he would have died seeing it.
Well, I think it's funny because his approach to all the like Exorcist sequels, like he didn't direct or write all of them. And I remember there being like trivia about how like he would go in and just like laugh because they were so bad. Mm-hmm. He said, Ed, he was talking to a film critic. The guy who made those new Halloween sequels is about to make one to my movie, The Exorcist. That's right. My signature film is about to be extended by the man who made Pineapple Express. I don't want to be around when that happens, but if there's a spirit world and I can come back, I plan to possess David Gordon Green and make his life a living hell. And
oh my God.
And then he died before it came out, so he never had to watch it.
Oh my God. That's actually hilarious.
That brings me so much joy to
I hope he is torturing him.
I think that's what I was laughing about.
That is hilarious. What a funny man.
What a truly funny man. This is an example of like how I don't feel like there was a lot of care and consideration taking with making this movie. Although the demon's name is not revealed in the film, much like Pazuzu was not named in the Exorcist films until Exorcist 2, the end credits identify it as Lamashtu. In Mesopotamian mythology, Lamashtu is a demonic figure that preys on pregnant women during childbirth to feed on the newborn infants. So I feel like what happened was David Gordon Green, or whoever wrote the film with David Gordon Green, looked that up, saw that, and then stopped reading. We're like, cool. Like, we're going to make this demon different, and it's going to be Lamashtu because this demon has a thing about pregnant women, which, like, kind of says that the demon's kind of been, like, there dormant, I guess, since mommy died. Yeah. But then it goes on to say her sworn enemy is none other than Pazuzu, who, despite being a bringer of famine, can be invoked into protection against Lamashtu. So those demons don't get along, and actually you can use the original demon to defeat this demon. But in the movie, when Ellen Burstyn meets the demon, she says, "I know who you are. We've met before." So suddenly it wasn't a new demon. It was Pazuzu. It was the same one. So tell me how both those things can be true at the same time. The X-Files?
Yeah.
That's just lazy writing is what it is. It's not even a mystery. It's like they were like, ooh, we're going to make it like a new demon. But also like, we're not going to like make it super known because we want Ellen Burstyn to be like, we've met before, you know?
Then why not just name it Pazuzu?
Right? Why couldn't it just be fucking Pazuzu? Why couldn't it actually be in writing the same demon?
It always reminds me of that bird from Lion King.
Zazu? Zazu.
Pazazu.
Pazuzu. Yeah, I read that and I was like, what?
It was amazing. The math ain't mathin'.
The math ain't mathin'. I don't know. Just so many things that could have been.
It just feels sloppy. It doesn't feel like it was a well thought out film. You know, most of the time we watch movies, especially the ones that are up for awards, right? Like everything has a meaning, everything has an intention behind it, but this movie didn't. No. It didn't feel like it did.
And it felt like all the beats rushed really fast.
Yeah.
It was like, there are these girls, and they went into the woods, and now we can't find them, and the police are looking. Oh, they can't find them. Oh, they appeared 3 days later. Oh, they have demons. And it was just like...
Yeah.
There was no, like, build in between the aspects.
Yeah.
And, like, when they went into the woods and like went into that little tunnel thing, you never even saw like, why didn't they ever show us the scene of like them encountering the demon or the demon?
I thought they
like,
did.
Not really.
There was like a little flash.
There was like, yeah, these like weird like,
yeah,
but there was never like anything showing us like what happened.
Right.
Instead, she dictated to us. She's like, we didn't find Mom. But then the demons.
We found La Chart. What was it?
La Chart. The demon La Chart. No, it's Lamash too.
Lamash too.
But yeah,
we did
there was a lot of potential here. I'm like, David Gordon Green, I know I've never directed a movie before, but I think I could have done a better job.
Yeah, I would say.
I think both of us could have done a better job while intoxicated with our hands tied behind
we
our
would
back.
just have Leslie Odom Jr. singing some Hamilton film. I'm the damn fool that shot him.
But yeah, those are our thoughts.
Well, our thoughts.
I'm sure we'll do an episode on Exorcist Deceiver.
I cannot. That title just is so stupid.
I want to have a plan right now. If we watch The Exorcist Deceiver in a year from now, and it's bad, when we record the episode, we need to already be like shit-faced drunk.
Okay. I
don't know why that.
We should do that when we watch it too. But you know what I was gonna say? For the third one, what if it is a possessed group of lemurs?
Exorcist believer, Exorcist deceiver, Exorcist
lemur.
Tell me, audience. I'm acting as if we have a live stream right now. Tell me, audience, if it was silly of me, because I remember Jordan wasn't going to be drinking in this episode because she's on a juice cleanse. But then usually when we record, we order dinner together. And I text her after that, like later on, after we hadn't talked about the juice cleanse for a few days. And I remembered for the alcohol.
I texted you yesterday about the juice cleanse.
Okay, well, whatever. Yesterday. And I text her like right before and I was like, hey, are we getting dinner? And she said, I'm not eating because I'm on a juice cleanse. And then she sent me a separate text that said, you don't listen to the things I say to you, do you?
I was practicing my resolution for 2024.
I just didn't acknowledge it. I was like, we're going to hash it out on the podcast.
Oh, I know you were mad at me because you didn't respond. And then like an hour later, you're like, oh, right. I was like, oh, he hates me.
Right.
But the main reason I was sassy about it is because literally 5 minutes before you texted me, Mason also was like, when are you headed home? Or like, are you almost out of there? And I'm like, I already told you
Recording
40 times. I'm working late this week. And then I'm going to Patrick's. I just like no one was listening to me in like that short amount of time. So I snapped. So I apologize.
I'm so sorry for contributing to your anxiety by asking you if you wanted food. Well, if you like this episode, you should rate, review, and subscribe it.
Yeah,
subscribe to us. I'm really excited for 2024. There's going to be really fun things ahead. Hopefully some more guests. Hopefully, I'm really hoping to get our YouTube channel started this year.
Oh, yeah.
So we can be YouTubers and then maybe post some like reaction videos to us watching horror. That would be really fun.
That would be really fun.
That means we have to hang out more. I'm sorry. The sigh. But yeah, email us with your suggestions and
don't drink a podcast.
Don't drink a podcast.
Get juice cleanse like me.
So long, farewell, Al Believer Zane. Goodbye.
That was good.